I'm Will Creech, my wife Carie Creech. We found out we were moving very quickly from my company, that my job was being transferred, and my wife wanted to keep her job. So that's sort of how we came to look in the location we were looking in. The house went on the market very quickly. We were sort of ready for it. We kind of thought it might happen.
June 1st, it went on the market.
Yeah, we actually had a realtor over, and the house was on the market for a few weeks, and we began looking almost right away. Looked at over 30 homes in the Norwich area, and really the first day saw a house we really liked, but continued to look because we were really waiting for our house to kind of to move, which was an excellent house, a nice house. We expected it to go quickly, but the market was really tough. We had a good realtor, but just not a lot of people looking in the price range that our house was in. When we found out one of the houses we really liked, the owners had contacted us and asked us if we would be interested in trading our home. And to be honest, at first I was kind of like skeptical, thinking this is some sort of scheme. I wasn't really sure what it was, but we looked into it. We actually looked at the website of the company, the Harbor Towers website, and actually saw some interviews that Tony was doing and some explanation of how the process worked, and it sounded very legit. It basically was a Harbor agreement, and which we were familiar with, and our realtor was familiar with, and we still looked, thinking we'll have a bite on our house soon, and we kind of set a date. We said if we don't have someone by
July 1st,
then we'll definitely. It's the house we like best anyway, so why not go ahead and move on it? So we basically decided to start moving in that direction after that date came and went, because we really wanted to get into a new home by the end of the summer, so Carie could start the school year in a fresh location.
I think it was the fact that you were willing to work with us and to make the changes that we wanted made to the house that would make us happy. We felt that there needed to be a bathroom on the second floor, so we approached you, and our attitude was, well, they're not going to want to do this for us.
We sincerely just wanted to explain why we were being hesitant, because a lot of the houses we looked at in the same price range had more than one and a half bathrooms, and had decks and things like that.
And I really wanted a deck because I enjoy sitting on a deck. And without hesitation, it was like, we'll do that for you. We'll meet you at the house. We'll show you. We'll have our experts look at it and come up with the best way where to put that bathroom and what we can do for a deck. It also included putting in a back door to the deck. And we said, sure, we'll have that meeting. And that meeting, it was just... we felt we were just told, yes, we can do it. Yes, we can do it. And the fact is, we hadn't had traffic in our house that we loved, and we had only owned it for 2 years. It was in top-notch condition. But the way the market is right now, this was the perfect opportunity. So as time went on and we saw that you guys were willing to work with us, and at that point, it was the easiest decision.
Yeah, it was really, it really kind of became a no-brainer, because first of all, with those additions, it became the house that we wanted. There was no question.
It was always in our top 3 houses.
You kept the price at a point where it was realistic for us to think about doing.
Right.
And
you met us reasonably with a price for the house that we had. And we never felt we were being taken advantage of. We also liked the fact that you were willing to continue to work with our realtor on that other house, because we have a long-term relationship with that realtor, and we know how good she is. And so she made out too. So everyone walked away happy. While we were still going through the sales transaction, our house was available for showings. And we said yes to any showing that came up, but we didn't feel the pressure. The pressure was off of us at that point. And
at that point, you start worrying about what's our move date and how do we get there, So.
Oh, it was quick. I think we signed our agreement like the 6th of July. And we closed August 3rd.
Well, the timeline was purely based on the fact that we needed to get a loan. Honestly, if we didn't get a loan, Harbor Towers was buying the house straight out. So it was our bank we were waiting on.
Yes,
so
it really was.
The slowest part of the process was the typical part of the process that's slow, which is the mortgage loan. So
I think it's a great thing for the economy too. You keep the market moving, and it's a great opportunity. People who want to come live in these beautiful condos can come live in a beautiful condo, and people who are looking for a home for whatever reason can find the home of their dreams and still sell the home that they're trying to sell.
Yeah, it really made it possible. It really did. And the difference between where we would be without Harbor Towers and where we are today is totally a different city, and we're ready to move in our spring. I mean, our fall, which is her going back to school and me being at work at the right place at the right time.
Yeah,
So-
it really worked out
You're
for
all
us.
settled into the new place.
Yes.
You're ready to start your new career, so that, well, you're continuing.
Yes. And you know what? The hour commute, that we each now have an hour commute. We have to live in the middle between our two jobs, but it's very much worth it to come home to a beautiful home. So, you know, if that's the worst part of our lives is an hour commute each way, I can deal with it. I'm coming home to a beautiful home.
I mean, that's the great thing about it. It wasn't like we were just settling. I mean, it was
Yeah,
it's a
we
great
absolutely were
home,
not
and
settling, you know.
Everything. The other thing that I was kind of skeptical on, I'll be honest, was, you know, I thought, yeah, these guys are going to string us along, and then there's going to be these things that aren't going to be working, and we're not going to be able to do anything about it except move. That didn't happen at all. I mean, I was very pleased with the fact that all of a sudden I come out and they've clearly been looking at the septic system, and they've done some changes to the water problems. I mean, anything that was on that inspection report that wasn't taken, there wasn't anything that wasn't taken care of. I mean,
Right.
every single little detail.
Even the day after we moved
taken care
in,
of.
Will called with a question about something about the new shower head. And
And your guy came over and
fixed it. And
it was, I felt really stupid because it was just, there was grit from where they built the bathroom. There was just some, you know, pipe grit and such that comes out of the water when you turn it back on, stuck in the shower head, which, I mean, I should
didn't
have
know,
figured
but-
that out, but
Right.
He
It
came
wasn't
out,
like, oh,
I
we're
was
done with your
really-
transaction. We'll come and check it out.
yeah, so
Yeah.
all of my
Yeah.
reservations, the day I saw pictures of the house with the ground dug up where they were looking at the septic system, all my reservations were gone. I was like, these guys are
Following through.
crossing every
Yeah.
T and dotting every I, and they're going to make sure that we're happy. And that just made me feel really, really important, honestly.
And when it said on, I remember the first time we saw the house, and I saw there was a sign saying this property had been traded. And my realtor and Will were looking elsewhere in the house, and I'm looking at this information, and it said, and remember there was a sign referring to this house has had an inspection and all issues will be dealt with up front, and it was. Everything
Absolutely.
that was
Sure.
listed on that inspection report from the inspection you did before we ever looked at the house was handled.